Gentlemen, how are we?
Good. How you doing?
I'm very well. I should have got myself a pink bow tie, shouldn't I? I feel
come on.
I can't believe you did.
I feel so underdressed. So underdressed. Not in the party down spirit. Guys, congratulations on re-emerging with this fantastic show. Has it sunk in yet that you've got to this stage where you've been able to come back? Because there felt like a bit of unfinished business with the show previously. You must be delighted that you've been able to have the opportunity to come back.
I'm amazed that you watched it in the UK. Does this
we got it. We got it.
JK.
I can't remember what channel it was on over here, but we did get it. It's hidden away. Maybe that's you have to like late at night, hidden away or something. Yeah.
If they do the UK version, I would love to audition for that.
Yeah, could we all? And he does a terrible British accent, but it'd be real fun to put in the show.
No, I don't. I do a great one.
That's the one.
Hey, if there's anything to be laughed at, it's us Brits listening to you Americans doing British accents. Because the other way around isn't funny. That way, it's very, very funny. And I have to say, because my girlfriend is American and her British accent is absolutely atrocious. So,
how's your American accent?
Yeah.
Oh, terrible, absolutely terrible. I can't. What does she say? What's the words? There's words that she says. I for the life of me, can't remember the words. But my American accent is terrible.
It's the same words you use.
I'll tell her that. But yeah, I mean, the show had its 2 seasons, and now there's been this wonderful kind of renaissance for you guys. And what was the because there's been talk about a film, there's talk about other things in between. So what was the catalyst for it actually being okay? We're going, season 3 is happening.
I mean, I don't know exactly, but I do know that Adam was really fighting for the show to come back. I mean, everybody was really, but the producers had obviously more power than we did to have the conversations that needed to be had to make this happen. Adam was really pushing for it, and I know that there's kind of been an evolution of that conversation, in the last 3 or 4 years to get to this point. But they had tried to make a movie, and I think the movie script, the concept didn't work out for the way that the show was structured. And so they were trying to crack the code on that, and it just didn't feel right. It basically felt like 3 episodes in the form of a movie, as opposed to a movie, as opposed to like something that really made sense to make as a movie. So that ended up getting reverted back to pursuing making more episodes. And thank God we ended up here. I think it's just tough because Starr's kind of changed hands. The leadership changed hands right as we were canceled 13 years ago. And so to have those conversations with new people who don't feel attached to the show is really difficult. And it took a while to get to a point where they had the capacity to go back and revisit something like this. And thank goodness we still had fans inside Starr, people who really wanted to see the show come back, because that's really what allowed this to happen.
Which is shocking, because 13 years ago the finale had 13,000 viewers. I think that's it. So the fact that we get to
where'd you find that information out?
The last interview. So the fact that we are here doing a season 3 is just blown all of our minds big time. And because every little press thing we've done or I've done or whatever, which is small, but everyone asked me.
Press junket whore.
Everyone asked me, "Put it on Party Down. When's it coming back?" And we've all wanted to do it for so long. So the fact that we're here is just incredible.
You see, there's a little thing to that, I think, because Martin, you're part of the Community universe. You're in one of my favorite episodes of Community, and that show is similar to this in that even though it isn't, like a huge fan base, it's a very fervent fan base in the sense that the people that love the show absolutely love the show and want to see it above all. And this show is kind of the same. But that must fill you guys with a great deal of pride that there is an audience for it, and that audience is so invested in these characters and these shows that you've been able to come back, regardless of what the audience is. That core audience is such a big deal.
Absolutely.
Thank God for streaming, I guess.
And it was an honor to play Professor Clitoris.
Oh baby. Is that like a Harry Potter?
No, it was a Community. It's what you just brought up.
Community. That's one of the best ever. I love that episode of Community, by the way. It's just brilliant. But I mean, now you're coming back. I mean, it feels like no time passed, really. You guys have just jumped back into it together, and I'm sure you've seen everybody in the interim years. But how much fun was it stepping back on that first day back on set? You know, everyone's gone off to do amazing things. Now you've come back, and it feels like you guys haven't been away at all.
It really was. Well, we were in our trailer together because most of our stuff was together anyway. So we were on each side of one trailer, and just to go back and be reunited with Ryan felt like we were back home again.
We really just needed one room. They could have saved money on that.
Don't say that, because they'll do it.
And that's true. No, we needed very large separate trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just very surreal being back after so long, being with everybody. It was just a big party. It really was. I mean, it was like you said, it's like summer camp. Like everyone's just having a blast, making each other laugh on and off set. Like it's just one of the coolest jobs I've ever had. So to get to do it again is so special. And to be with this guy is my favorite. He lives with me and my wife and we got a big bed.
Amy in the middle.
And I mean, coming back, and then you get the writing is just as good as it was. You know, the guys that are behind it, the writing is so sharp. But in amongst the comedy, there's these wonderful characters, and your two characters in particular, I mean, are just wonderfully rounded characters. It must be great to be able to play the comedy, but also go deeper with the characters, because they do a great balancing act with all that stuff.
Yeah, I was very curious to see how they were going to bring us back and stuff. But once we read the script, it totally put us at ease. John Enbom knocked out of the park with like the transition of, you know, so many years past and our character development and stuff. So it was just, I'm so happy with where Kyle Bradway, my character, is at. It's just, I think it's the funniest thing.
At the beginning, but that's a steep decline.
Yeah, well, you know, I still think it's a great decline.
Okay.
I mean, for you guys, what's been your favorite kind of moments in the series so far? Because there's so many to cherry pick, and you've been able to, like you say, series 1 and 2, there was this great camaraderie between you all. Is it difficult to pick favorite moments? Is it all just one big favorite moment throughout the whole 3 seasons so far?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single time where I look back and have a negative thought, or the only thing that is sad related to the show is the fact that we haven't gotten to do it for the last 13 years.
Yeah.
But this was the best and remains the best environment and experience that I've had working on comedy. I mean, there was such a camaraderie, and it was such a supportive comedic work environment. And I think sometimes, not always, but a lot of times egos can come into play, and people can kind of want there to be a hierarchy of who is funniest, and there's like a competition that is created, and this show never, this group never really accommodated that kind of attitude. Nobody ever had ego in play. There were so many times I remember in the first 2 seasons where if a line wasn't working for one character, or if a joke that somebody had come up with wasn't working for them, or just in general they had a thought that didn't work for what they were doing, you'd encourage someone else to take that and use it and run with it if it worked for them. And that, unfortunately, is more rare than it should be. It was such a great environment then, and luckily coming back 13 years later, it feels just as wonderful and supportive.
Yeah, and you're missing a couple of people from the first 2 seasons, but you've got new additions now. Does that help keep you guys on your toes, getting people like Jennifer Garner and all these other guys coming in and giving you guys something new and kind of interesting to do that maybe you didn't have back when you did the first 2 seasons?
Yeah, I mean, we really got to be on our A game. It's Jennifer Garner. I want her to like me. And
it's Electra, dude.
It's like a big deal.
It's Electra.
Jesus.
That's a good one. Have you seen it?
What?
I love that movie.
13 going on 30. Yeah, my friend Alex is in it.
Well, come on. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. And then Zoe and Tyrel just bring so much. They're hilarious. They're like, and they jumped in right away like it was a very smooth transition.
Zoe seemed a little nervous.
She did.
Zoe seemed a little nervous. Tyrel, if
Probably had never seen the show, but
yeah,
he was
Tyrel. If he was nervous, he hit it very well.
He's so cool. So who cares?
Yeah, and you got, I mean, you've got obviously Adam back as well, who's had this incredible year with his other TV show that seems to have taken the world by storm, Severance, which is just the most, well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's all right.
This incredible show. But Severance.
We got to check it out.
Yeah,
check that out.
Yeah. What's it on?
Quite good. Apple TV.
Apple TV.
Okay. We'll look at
TV. I have a.
Apple TV.
We'll get it for you. Apple TV.
Okay.
But you mentioned something in interview that he was kind of the key catalyst of wanting to come back and everything else. That says something about him as a performer, that he remembers how much he enjoyed this show, and that he thought there was some things left to be said to come back and do another go around.
Yeah, we're so thankful that Adam was a huge champion of the show. Obviously, we are very bummed that Lizzie couldn't be a part of it, and I know she is too. Martin's third grade buddy. Go ahead, talk about that.
Not anymore, dude. You made it weird. Yeah, I mean, it was heartbreaking to find out that she wasn't going to be a part of it. But hopefully, if we get to do a fourth season, I don't think there's anything that would stand in our way to get her back. And I know that she would hopefully it wouldn't be a difficult decision to drop whatever's going on to come and be a part of it. I know it was heartbreaking for her to not be able to be there. She said cupcakes.
Yeah, we were on set and we got this big old box of cupcakes with pink bow ties on them.
I've got a photo somewhere. I'm not going to show it to you. I'm not even going to look for it, but I have it.
You have them.
Very sweet. It's something, fuck you guys, or what did it say?
Yeah.
Like, good luck, fuck you. I don't know.
Good luck, fuck you. It's a classic saying in America. Good luck, fuck you.
Yeah, that's it. Just as a final question, I mean, if you do get to do a season 4, is there someone that you guys have worked with in your career that you would love to have come into the show and be, the party person, if you like? I mean, Martin, you've worked with Spider-Man. Ryan, you've worked with lots of different people. Is there someone you would love to kind of come into the show and bring their efforts to season 4?
Well, we were talking about what we during the press junket on Saturday. Someone talked about the show that I did last year called Tulsa King, and I thought, man, it'd be so funny to have Sylvester Stallone come on and do an episode of this show.
The best. Would he be a caterer though?
No.
Oh,
it'd be like Gutenberg. We'd be.
Oh yeah. I think it'd be funny if he was a caterer too, though. That wouldn't work. Okay.
No, I think it's good. We got to be a guest star.
Could be some weird Planet Hollywood thing, and you can get Schwarzenegger
yeah.
as well. That would be fun. Planet Hollywood comes back, and you have to throw a party. There you go.
That's so good.
There you go. If you make it, I'll send it. You can send a check to me. Yeah. Please. I need all the money I can get these days. Guys, absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best with the show. Fantastic talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Say hi to your American wife.
American girlfriend.
I will. She's next door. I'll tell her.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey